Ubisoft is one of the most greedy companies within the video game industry. They expect you to swipe your credit card for $70 video games, then pay microtransaction prices, then pay for subscriptions. I mean, it is crazy the amount of money they want you to shell out for a single game, never mind if you buy multiple. And now they're defending microtransactions yet again, saying they pay for games updates. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, not a lot of people played Assassin's Creed Shadows and loved it. Yes, I do think that it did sell a couple million copies. I ultimately had estimated 3 to 4 million, even though they needed somewhere in the range of probably 7 to 8 million, though it did still sell, and they did still get downloads from the Ubisoft Plus subscription, and there are a lot of people out there who, yes, did criticize this title and stayed away from it, so that was a problem that Ubisoft faced, though now they're basically saying, I guess that this game didn't make enough money to the point where they need you to buy microtransactions, or, of course, they're just continuing to be greedy and they actually did make enough money to be able to pay for new content and they just want you to swipe your credit card more. Not that that's shocking in the gaming industry. It says microtransactions have become a standard part of video games, albeit one that is still heavily criticized to this day. Yeah, because it never just boils down to a $5 weapon skin or $5 outfit skin. Most of the time, we're talking about monetization practices that are predatory, microtransactions that actually have features that affect your gameplay or give you some kind of advantage or gives you a large amount of content. That is the problem and why people heavily criticize it. And there are times where, yes, oh, it's just technically cosmetic, but it's very expensive. Cosmetics and new DLC form the bulk of these quick purchases, which are typically introduced as optional pre-order and post-launch content that complements a video game. One such game that sells cosmetics is Shadows, and Associate Director Simon LeMay Comtis recently spoke about how these items have provided a vital post-launch financial support. Microtransactions, for all the flack it gets, it allows us to do the Isu stuff, the quest stuff, the parkour updates, all of it, which blows my mind because why are we paying full price for a video game then? Is that just for you guys to pocket? That's supposed to be money that makes it so you can continue development. It's not supposed to all just be straight up pocketed profits. Yes, I think that it is okay for games to sell microtransactions, but I personally don't think that full-priced video games, in this case Shadows, should be charging extra money for cosmetics. I think that it's different when you've got a $20 or $30 or $40 game like Arc Raiders, for example. You can buy the game for $40, but you can also pay for extra cosmetics, or free-to-play games. And in terms of DLC, I do think that, yes, you can charge like maybe $10 for new content, but you actually have to be giving us a significant amount of content. Or in the case of something like Shadow of the Erdtree, you can charge us $40, but we're getting 50, 60, 70 hours of new content. Assassin's Creed games don't operate in a vacuum when it comes to optional extras, as almost every AA and AAA release these days offers some form of additional content that you have to pay extra for. Call of Duty is notorious for its crossover skins. Fighting games like Street Fighter 6 regularly release new characters to play as, and premium in-game currencies bought with real-world cash are very common. I love how they're shilling for Ubisoft here. Oh, but Ubisoft's not the only one doing it, so it's okay that they do it. It's okay that they're charging you more money. You should stand for your morals and say either, no, this isn't okay, or yes, I'm perfectly fine with all of this because I don't really care about the state of the industry. Microtransactions help the smaller titles, but again, when you're charging $70 and companies want to push it to $80 and you're saying these are quadruple A experiences, yeah, I don't think that that's particularly acceptable. And the Assassin's Creed series apparently exceeded Ubisoft's expectations for its latest quarter, and the company's deal with Tencent to invest $1.2 billion in its new Vantage Studio subsidiary is about to close. So they aren't in my opinion, sitting here and giving us a good reason why they need more money via microtransactions. If they are getting billions of dollars from Tencent, if the series in total is allegedly exceeding their expectations, why do they need more? I mean, I get ultimately they're a company that does, but why are they sitting here and using the excuse that, oh, we can't make new content for a game if you don't buy our MTX? And Ubisoft is a company that, of course, has terrible microtransaction opinions. Ubisoft had said back in July that they argued putting microtransactions in single player games makes them more fun, which is complete and utter BS. Yeah, guys, don't you just love sending us your money? Don't you just love swiping your credit card? No, people actually, newsflash, don't. At Ubisoft, the golden rule when developing premium games is to allow players to enjoy the game in full without having to spend more. Our monetization offer within premium games makes the player experience more fun by allowing them to personalize their avatars or progress more quickly. However, this is always optional. You've got Ubisoft's exec saying that gamers need to get comfortable with not owning their games for subscriptions to take off. I don't have a crystal ball, but when you look at the different subscription services that are out there, we've had rapid expansion over the last couple of years, but it's still relatively small compared to other models. And one of the things we saw is that gamers are used to, a little bit like DVD, having and owning their games. That's the consumer shift that needs to happen. They got comfortable not owning their CD collection or DVD collection. That's a transformation that's been a bit slower to happen in games. As gamers grow comfortable in that aspect, you don't lose your progress. If you resume your game at another time, your progress file is still there. That's not been deleted. You don't lose what you've built in game. I think that this is also BS. Most people are not comfortable with not owning the products that they're paying full price for. If you're only allowing me to use your game for a small amount of time because you can ban my account whenever, and you think it's okay for people to not own their games, then you should not be charging a full price tag for it. Hey, if buying isn't owning, pirating isn't stealing. But Ubisoft also, it's just a company that has been facing a lot of problems recently. I mean, Skull and Bones was a quadruple A failure. You can get it for under $10 now. X Defiant was supposed to be the Call of Duty killer that has completely died. The servers are shut down. You have Star Wars Outlaws, which underperformed even though it had the largest budget they ever put towards marketing. And Assassin's Creed Shadows, they swear up and down, has done okay, but yet they're still begging for more money, which doesn't look good. And now that they're defending microtransactions again, guess what? People are wrecking them. They pay for Assassin's Creed updates. Sounds like an argument to stop. Ubisoft will always fail. If this is the kind of garbage they're making with that money, then it's not worth paying for a single microtransaction, and it links to a video about a new quest. It's bad. I personally cannot believe that they continue to push out this type of content. We actually had just found out that they are doing a AOT collab, which is so funny because they claimed that Assassin's Creed Shadows was historically accurate. I don't know how an Attack on Titan collab is historically accurate though, but they're desperate for those bucks. Hey Ubisoft, I hate you with every inch of my body. Wait, so they're saying if I don't buy microtransactions, the game in Ubisoft will die faster? Harry, I already said I supported it. You don't need to sell it to me. Maybe release a game that doesn't need to be fixed or updated to be semi-playable. If you require MTX to survive, you need to rethink your business model. And it seems every other week Ubisoft is saying something that is extremely controversial and that people wreck them for. And now we're back to microtransactions, which is so funny to me because while they're getting all of this money from Tencent and apparently the franchise is exceeding their expectations, they're still sitting here saying, oh yeah, guys, we're successful, but please give us more money or we can't continue to make content. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this important and informative, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.